can't believe you're back again. You're doing exactly the same thing as before, you and your mates. You came here without ID yet again. You're coming back to try and take even more than you did before. I remember you well. I know it was over 20 years ago, but some of us remember. You fooled me. You said you were from Kosovo. You said you were a refugee fleeing from a conflicted country and needed asylum, and you got it, didn't you? I remember where you lived, that nice big Victorian house just 2 streets away from the beachfront. It was freshly painted and decorated and converted into bedsits for you and your mates. It was warm, had a lovely little kitchenette area with a cooker, a microwave and a fridge. There was a comfy sofa bed, a chest of drawers, a wardrobe, a table and chairs, a coffee table, and a nice big colour TV. You all had individual showers and toilets, and there was a laundry area with washers and dryers. You had all that given to you for free. You had no responsibilities for paying rent, council tax, heating bills, and you didn't have to pay for your TV licence. Nobody threatened to come to your door for not paying. You worked, all your mates did. You worked in warehouses and learned to drive forklift trucks. You worked as waiters and as doormen in nightclubs. You learned skills and you got paid. You came back every Friday afternoon with £300 in your pockets. £300 every week for 4.5 days a week and nothing to pay for. You always left work promptly on Fridays. All of you did. You waited patiently for your weekly visit from the landlord. He would arrive with his leather satchel over his shoulder and give each of you £25, saying this was for your food. I'd never seen a landlord like that before. I'd never met a landlord that actually gave out money. You had lied to me. Finally, you told me that you're not from Kosovo, that you and your mates were from Albania. Your country wasn't in conflict, but you pretended to come from a country that was. You were here being helped and had possibly taken the place of a genuine refugee that needed help. Why? You told me your country was poor and you wanted a better life for yourself and your family. You said you could make some money and send it home to help your family and your country. I believed you, and I gave you a second chance with my friendship, even though you'd lied to me. I remember one of your friends in the corridor telling me, "You, woman, this man house, this Albania house, you leave now." I stood my ground and told him I had a right to be in the country of my birth, and if he didn't like it, then he should leave. Do you remember? You were angry with me, weren't you? You told me I should never speak to a man in this way. We were just so different. You wanted to stay here, but you didn't want to learn anything about me and my friends and my family and my community. You had all these things given to you, and yet you weren't grateful. You wanted more. I never saw you going to the post office or the bank to send money back home. I never saw a letter from your family or saw you write one to them. You offered me £3,000 to marry you. You didn't love me. You didn't want a family with me. You just wanted a free ticket to stay here. You didn't have integrity or morals. You didn't want to do things the right way. After I said no to your marriage proposal, you shouted at me and you hit me. We ended our friendship and you disappeared. And now you've come back, you and your friends. You haven't learned anything in over 20 years. You're still saying you have no identity and still insisting you're a refugee. Your country is peaceful and has been all the time. You have beautiful Mediterranean beaches and sunshine. You've got snow-capped mountains in the winter with beautiful nature. You could have taken all those skills you learned from before and made a good life for you and your friends and your family in your own country, but you chose not to. You and your mates chose to come back for more. You want front row beach accommodation this time, and you want 5-star hotels to live in. Did you ever stop to think who pays for all that? Do you think you're cheating the government? Where does the government get its money from? From us Brits, from my friends, my family, my neighbours and community. We paid for you before, but we can't pay any more. We can't give what we don't have, and you can't get blood from a stone, as the saying goes. I forgive you and send you blessings, but go home. Turn yourself and your country around, and in the future, maybe there will be a friendship again. But not now, not at the moment.